Hey folks, how's everybody doing tonight? Steve from Scuba Steve's here. I'm hanging out with with the boys from the Locators. We're going to sit back, we're going to talk, the boys are going to have a little chat about some of their favorite fishing trips they went on this year. I'm proud to be part of this team. We just happened to meet over, selling tackle. These boys contacted me about picking up some tungsten and some ice fishing gear, and well, we just hit it off and gone out fishing a few times, and now we're sitting around having a couple of drinks around the fire, enjoying some moose bites over at Jason's place. Yeah, I don't know, Kyle, what do you got to say?
Oh, we had a pretty good season. As soon as we got them tungstens, ice fishing sure got a whole lot better, didn't it?
Yeah, the tungstens do a fine job, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We got 29 colors of 5 mil in stock, 11.4, and we're gonna have we just ordered another 30 colors in for next season. So we'll have quite the selection. If anybody's after some tungsten, we're gonna have all kinds of colors, the sizes. We're gonna go with we're gonna bring in a long shank too, which will be great for them bigger perch. If you're targeting them, they really suck in that hook when you got the light bite. Really enjoy the long shanks. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I would imagine that we're going to probably have a link somewhere in the bottom to that as well.
100%. We'll throw all the links down at the bottom. And also, if you're fluent with our Facebook page, we direct traffic towards Scuba Steve at Scuba Steve Tackling Gear. And he's got a magnificent website up already, and it's just quick, easy, and go and catch. And you can also do pickup too as well with him. Just contacting him through his business.
yeah, you can get in touch with some of these boys if you're local and you know the guys too, and they can. I'll drop it off to them. They can get it to you or whatever too. I mean, unfortunately, we're all kind of living in a bubble right now with this COVID thing too. So we mostly work out of the house, out of our own home. We'd love to have a storefront, but it's just not feasible yet. So we're 2 years old and growing, and with the thanks to the Locators, we're definitely moving in the right direction. Everybody wants to say pro staff. Well, guys, we're not pro staff. We're just a bunch of guys that we met, we hit it off, and we all enjoy hunting and fishing and getting out and enjoying each other's company. So call it bro staff or whatever. It's just a bunch of guys that enjoy getting out.
Like using things that work.
Fishing hole, you can go wherever you want. Buy it. If it works, it works. So yeah, every color that we carry, we've caught a fish on, and the new colors that we're bringing in next year, well, we'll have to try them out.
What's the gear ratio on your inline reel?
On those, they're 2 to 6 to 1, I do believe, on those on the Camcoons. We've got a bunch of new Camcoon reels coming in next year too. So
They drop down those jig heads quickly.
they all got that free fall on them.
Yeah,
right?
they're
Nice reel. So
It's a big thing with perch, and I know I used them for rainbow trout in BC as well. And I mean, just getting those small hooks down to where you need to get them, it's tough. I mean, you got to use really light line with any other hook, and with these things, you can afford to use a little bigger line that you'd normally use. So it's a good deal.
yeah, I try to use 4-pound fluorocarbon, 100% Berkeley. That's what I pretty much use on all my ice reels. I'm trying to get away from the perch a little bit this year. I started chasing some trout. I want to get a tagger, but I've never fished trout before, right? I've always been a perch guy,
They're
hardcore,
finicky.
right?
They
Yeah.
are super finicky.
Yeah, I caught a few bows, caught a couple good bows out there at chain, and then I was supposed to meet Mike a couple times, and then I wound up bailing on him. I feel bad.
Stood me up.
Stood him up.
Not much of a date. He's a good fish salesman, but
Yeah.
not much of a date.
But I choose to buy local because you're not having to go to the big box stores. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a different kind of meat. It's a guy who's fluent in fishing. He knows his stuff. He can talk to you about what works, what he uses. It's just one of those things, and you get that from the fishing pole as well. And that's a great place to go for a great reel. And between an $80 reel or a $160 reel, they'll tell you what the difference is or what's worth your bang for your buck. And I mean, with the supporting local stuff, it's a big hot thing right now, and with the way the world's going today, it's one of those things that I'm totally 100% in support for. So that going forward is just another reason to buy those small guy
You
products.
walk into a lot of these big box stores, and the shelves are empty.
Absolutely.
This year is absolutely crazy for fishing. They said they sold 70% more licenses than they ever have.
Yep.
People are getting out and enjoying it. I mean, there's
Which is great.
social
It really is.
distance out on the lake north of Westlock, and we got there in the dark and we unloaded the sleds and everything else, and I go around the flipping corner where I fish all the time, and there's 12 vehicles there. It's like, holy shit, man. It's like, what's going on here? And every spot that I fished, where I caught fish, there was somebody there.
Absolutely.
And I But at the same time, if you're going out, with a good game plan and with some knowledge that you're more successful. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're talking about in life. If you've got if you've got the right resources and the right equipment, I mean, it can make a good day. And breaking lines and losing fish.
Yeah, I'm all for not telling the person. There's a million lakes in Alberta. Do they all hold fish? Yes. Do they all hold jumbo perch or giant walleye or massive pike? No, but I mean, just to get out and go and fish. I used to care all the time. I got to go out and catch 14-inch perch. If I'm not catching 14-inch perch, I'm not going fishing. Well, like I turned Magic 50 this year, and I go out with the kids, and I go out with the daughter's boyfriend and stuff like that. And if we're catching fish, I'm happy. If something's tugging on my line, I'm happy, especially at my age.
Good old line tuggers.
Yeah, line tuggers with the old long chains.
Can't keep 'em up. Jeff, you know a thing or two about being skunked here and there. What was your highlight reel of probably this whole season as the 8 months since the Locator started?
Probably like this outdoor or hard water season. We fished a few different lakes that I've never been to before. I'm still pretty new at this.
Well, not everybody needs to go out and spend $200 on a nice rod and reel. I mean,
No,
it's just,
but especially with my wife, she won't really.
hell, I used to. Up to like 3 years ago,
I'm not saying that I wouldn't do that, but no, I'm still learning as I go for sure. But it's good to be out with you guys and getting that knowledge and picking up some tricks and whatnot.
Sometimes there's 5 or 6 of us that can't agree on where to go or a plan of action. What happens then, Jason?
Yeah, I think that's just as a group, we've all fished, we've all been in the outdoors, we've done those things enough, and we can just identify when things aren't going well and when we need to change. There's a little bit of expense for everybody for traveling and for bait and getting out on the lakes and going to that lake that you show up on and it looks like a box store parking lot with vehicles on it. And our little favorite spots are well taken up. Sometimes we just need to be flexible and move on to somewhere else. And we did that a couple of times this year where we did a whole bunch of research and we planned and we went to go to a lake to find out it just wasn't what we thought it was. And we made a 30-kilometer detour to have one of the better days of fishing that we had all year.
Right?
It's all about the adventure, right?
Totally about the adventure.
Everybody says that the internet's ruining fishing, and to a point it is. I mean, we can't tell you where to go and how to go and what to use and so on and so forth so you can go and catch fish. You got to go out and try. I mean, you got to be like everybody else is, put on the miles and drill thousands of holes in a year. And I mean, we can tell you use this rod and reel, but I mean that's about it. If the fish ain't biting that hook you got down there, they ain't. Who knows if they're going to bite on something different? So
You can catch a fish with a hockey stick and a string.
pretty much.
We all watch these Survivor shows and Alone and whatnot, but one of these good things about the Facebook and the pages, especially Alberta Ice Fishers, Perch Slayers, Fishing Buddies, Alberta Fishing Buddies, there's so many, they're on my phone. But what these places are great for is talking about fishing with other fellow fishermen. And it doesn't matter what lake you're at, where you're at, nice fish, man. Like, that's what it's all about. We're family friendly. We try to get out there and throw you guys our content. And I gotta say a big thanks to all the admins through all those groups on Facebook, because in the end they help us out, and we like to give our content to our Albertans because that's what we're about. We're a group of guys drinking beers, supporting local.
Well, you're starting to transition from the hard water. Today was the last day legally for a lot of lakes. You're still fishing trout ponds, but open water is coming faster than what we anticipated this year, I think, too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with in the summertime. I'm looking forward to doing a couple of river adventures with you guys and
Interested.
maybe touch base and maybe head a little farther north than what everybody's used to and maybe go after some grayling.
Open water, camping.
Camping, fire, hot dogs, beer. Wow.
Yeah.
Vodka,
Maybe.
water, because I'm on a diet.
As most of you know, we do a lot of kayak fishing, and I think we're getting better as the years go on, and fly fishing, even things like that. That's a lot of fun. But like Steve says, I think there's nothing better than getting out and trying a new lake, and I think we did a lot of that this year because there is a lot of lakes and there's a lot of country to cover, and just going to the same lake every weekend for us just isn't where it's at. So, and at the same time, we're finding potential opportunities for friends like you out there to maybe even join us for the event.
outdoors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right on. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.
See ya.
Like, subscribe, do all that other stuff. See you on the lake.
Well, good evening, everybody. Mike and Jason with the Locators here, and we wanted to give away a end of season fishing draw. We just come out of the hard water season, and in another month and a half, we'll be back in the open water in our kayaks and boats. So, you know, we wanted to do a draw just to you know, to thank everybody out there that's supported us through the last 8 months of our endeavor here. It's been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot, and we've met a lot of great people along the way, and we really appreciate your support. So we got a bunch of items here today, and Jay, maybe want to describe what we got here.
I'll maybe start us off with a little bit of Locators merchandise. We have a Locators toque along with a fishing lure and a sticker for us as well. And then with that, Mike will talk a little bit about a donation that we've got from Scuba Steve as well.
Yeah, so what we got here is some high caliber lures. So we got some jigs here, fantastic for the walleye season coming up. We've got an inline reel for next year, I guess, for ice fishing, or really even in your kayak. You could use this with your ice fishing rod in your kayak. Fantastic reels that we've demoed this year, and they've been fantastic. And we also got a Plano case here, and it's a waterproof floatable Plano case that we're giving away as well. And you know, all of us from the Locators just want to thank everybody again for all your support and all your comments and likes on our videos. It's been an absolute pleasure putting them together, and we look forward to another season coming up here in 2021.
So as far as the video goes tonight in the giveaway, what we'd like you to do is like and subscribe to the Locators on YouTube. And then in the comments below, please comment #Locators for an opportunity to enter into the draw. This will also be posted on Instagram and Facebook for an opportunity to enter through those platforms as well.